What is the pressure on the landlord to sell the house now? Special forces, a new term that has been iterated by the May Day holiday, specifically refers to the spirit of this year's young people who would rather wrong themselves than wrong the holidays, and travel through mountains and rivers with their lives. At this moment after May Day, I think this kind of spirit is especially suitable for a group of people. They're stuck in the ocean of the used listing world, persuaded by intermediaries to cut prices again and again. And you never know when your house might sell. Second-hand housing landlord. The fact that the house is hard to sell is almost a consensus reached by buyers and sellers in the market and third-party intermediaries. There is no need for an intermediary to inform the landlord. From one group per day to one group per month, the landlord knows this better than anyone else. Also such a special market, we found special landlords. More precisely, it is the landlord's special behavior. For example, I never thought that one day a landlord would need to make a marketing plan for himself. 01. A landlord in Shanghai, building a group, giving out red envelopes, making marketing plans. This is actually a landlord's plan to sell a house that I heard at the end of last year. It was also shared by an intermediary on Douyin. Later, I verified it with my intermediary circle of friends. I found out that this is not only true, but also massive in the intermediary circle. Even if it is not the intermediary near that community, they all know that there is a house interest community, and the owner is quite sincere. Generally, a landlord's listing means going to an intermediary near their home to list their house, right? This is not. He ran all over the intermediary stores near his home. The main thing is not to list, but to add intermediary WeChat. To be honest, the intermediary is a little confused. It is the first time that someone asks for my WeChat so actively. After adding almost 100 intermediaries on WeChat, this landlord started to build a group, like this XXX Community X number X Landlord Sales Group. Then he will do two things every day. If there is a disagreement, red envelopes are issued. The purpose of red envelopes is also to call on everyone to bring in their colleagues. Then in less than 2 days, more than 300 people were added to the group. The second thing is amazing, he trained himself to be an operator. In addition to sending red envelopes every day, I also post my own designed marketing materials in the group, concoct marketing scripts, formulate rules for viewing, and stick to the bottom line of judging customers. And he also promised that whoever will help him sell the house, in addition to the agency fee, will also give away an Apple mobile phone. You can discount it if you don't want it. Such a refreshing operation. If I were an intermediary, I would also work hard to serve him and actively cooperate. So I heard from the intermediary friends that this house was sold in less than 10 days. The speed of this transaction has to be said to be extremely fast in the current market. This method of building a group plus giving out red envelopes plus heavy remuneration is not the patent of Shanghai landlords. Under the background that second-hand listings across the country continue to break through new highs. Landlords across the country seem to be marketing experts, and any WeChat group is the most basic. For example, the owner of a set of about 105 square meters and 3 bedrooms in the 4th phase of Yuxin Garden, Baiyun District, XingJu. Copyright XingJu. His WeChat group rules are obviously higher, not simply entering the group red envelopes, sharing red envelopes, etc. Instead, it has set up this step reward mechanism like Pinduoduo. If the transaction is completed, a cash red envelope of 50,000 yuan plus additional rewards. Copyright published by XingJu Property Market. A series of WeChat operations also made the intermediary obsessed with him, and he rushed to the #1 popularity list in the entire sector, with at least 1 to 2 groups of customers every day. A certain owner in Bantianjiaoshan, Shenzhen, is even more fashionable, and he also recruits intermediaries to join the group. After setting up an intermediary group of more than 300 people, I wrote my own copywriting, appeared on camera and shot videos, and did community promotion by myself. Video production, from mirroring, to editing, to soundtrack, all in person, one-stop marketing planning. If the copywriting is too bad, I won't let it go. I can look at this kind of customer service awareness. Copyright so the focus. There is also a strong sense of marketing. A landlord from Hangzhou will also cooperate with the intermediary to do data. First set a high price, and then lower the price continuously in a short period of time, so that his listing will increase the exposure of the listing due to the continuous price reduction. Even if the agent comes to show it, It doesn't mean that only one store agent will come, but ask the agents of different stores to show it to each other. After reading it, please add your own house listing comments. After a set of plans, the exposure of the listings has increased, and they are not consciously listed as key recommended listings. The marketing plan directly upgrades the system algorithm. 02. The price of Shanghai Tiantai Homeland was reduced by 5 million, and a Bentley was given away. This should be a recent case of a landlord desperately trying to sell a house. I was also a little surprised when the agent sent me the house type, a 6-bedroom house with a total price of 45 million. No wonder it sent a Bentley. This community comes from Tiantai Homeland, Changning District, Shanghai. In order to sell the house, it also cost a lot of money, and the price was reduced by 5 million. Not only the price was reduced, but also a Bentley was given away. To tell you the truth, when the agent sent this picture, the milk tea I just drank all spewed out. Although the agent kept telling me that the car was too expensive to support after posting the pictures, but Bentley, second-hand ones have to start at $1 million, right? Cases of heavy remuneration may not be uncommon in the current market, but it is so fresh and specific. This Bentley owner is impressive. And the purpose of the owner's capital is to build a new project, and it is the 6th phase of Green Lake. The case of second-hand landlords in other cities paying heavy remuneration has not been as exciting as Bentley in the past 6 months. For example, High Garden in Xiangmai Lake, Shenzhen, directly posted a notice to sell the house with heavy remuneration. Copyright Sohu Focus. As long as the house is sold, the owner will directly reward the intermediary with a red envelope of 100,000 RMB, plus 2 Apple 14 mobile phones. Cases like this with heavy remuneration, to be honest, every time the house is not easy to sell, you will always hear that the sale of the house gives away an Apple mobile phone, give away an Apple computer, etc. But the biggest remuneration may be the price cut. For example, the previous price reduction of 5 million, although the total house price is as high as 45 million, but the 5 million drop is almost 11%, the landlord is also a ruthless person. The same is true of an actual transaction case around me. A house from Milan Lake, Basehan, Shanghai, with a total price of 10 million yuan, was just listed for 13 million yuan, and it has not been sold for 3 months. Then it began to drop and drop all the way, and the price dropped by nearly 1.5 million, and finally it was finally sold at a total price of 11.58 million. 03. Have you heard of the VIP service from the landlord? How considerate can a landlord be to sell a house now? In front of Yitai Pavilion, the 4th phase of Yuxin Garden, the attracted customers and the intermediary, not only have the houses. More VIP service. For example, this kind of small tips posted at the entrance. Copyright XingJu Property Market. Why use an intermediary to take out shoe covers from the bag? Go directly to the door and prepare a drawer. In order to sell the house, the owner also repainted the interior, although it still looks not so foreign. But compared to before it was painted, it is still a plus. One of the owners in Hangzhou is also a caring little sweet. This is the Mehun Mansion in the Century City section of Hangzhou, a set of 117 side suites on the middle and low floors. In order to facilitate the intermediary to bring customers to see the house, a video intercom screen is installed in advance. When the agent first saw it, he thought the landlord was worried that others would damage the house. I don't know that the landlord is so that even when he is not around, the customer can also communicate on site. As long as the customer is willing, the 3-party video conference can be held directly. It is worthy of being the owner of Hangzhou. To make it easier for you to buy a house, how considerate can the landlord be? My businessman Xiao also booked a house last month. In Zhangjiang, Pudong, after the listing came out, according to him, it was quite popular. Many people went to see the house. But when I heard what he said next, I felt that the market is really not easy now. A set of second-hand houses in Zhangjiang worth more than 4 million yuan, with more than 110 views in 13 days of listing, and finally the landlord locked on Button Xiao, the conditions can be more relaxed. I can actually talk to the landlord about the period. I booked the house in April, paid the down payment at the end of June, and received the full payment at the end of August. I gave Xiao a full 5-month period. After reading the cycle, I can only say that it is really not easy for the landlord now. In short, These are some clips that have happened in second-hand markets across the country in the past 6 months. The current landlord is also very good in order to sell the house. 04. These are the landlord listing cases in the past half a year. Why are there so many special cases recently? Everyone should have some impression of the current general situation of the second-hand market. High listing volume, long transaction cycle, and declining transaction volume. This April, second-hand housing transactions in Shanghai reached 17,000 units, down 26.71% month-on-month. 13,997 sets of second-hand houses were signed online in Beijing, down 37.3% month-on-month. Second-hand housing transactions in Hangzhou totaled 5,883 sets, down 32.7% month-on-month. 11,318 second-hand housing transactions in Nanjing, down 13% month-on-month. The transaction volume of second-hand housing in Hefei was 2,127 sets, down 40% month-on-month. If the transaction volume declines, there may still be monthly fluctuations. But the price drop is the realist view of the buyers on the property market. According to the monitoring data of such data research center, the average price of the second-hand housing market in 100 key cities in April was 15,662 yuan per square meter, a decrease of 0.15% month-on-month and a year-on-year decrease of 0.4%. Copyright such data research center. The second-hand market in Shanghai in the past few months is also like a roller coaster. After experiencing the peak of the market in February and March, the decline in sales in April and May is obvious. The background data of XingJu's listings shows that 140,000 units have been listed, and the number of intermediary transactions has reached 58 groups. At this time, the market situation is best understood by the landlords who are listing. Maybe when the listing was first launched, there were still a group of customers, and basically no one cared about it, as if they were not listed. This kind of forgotten emotion is the most confusing. It is precisely because of this background that we have seen all kinds of cases today. I don't know if it will give you a little inspiration for landlords. Saw a piece of bad news. In Nanning, Guangxi, a 12-year-old boy was confiscated by his parents because he was addicted to games. He couldn't think about it for a while, so he ran to the top of the building, jumped down, and unfortunately died on the spot. Grief. Regret. A mobile phone is just a communication tool. But once addicted, the child is likely to embark on a self-destructive road of no return. A cell phone caused countless children's tragedies. My country's first child safety research report shows. Among children aged 3 to 6 in China, the mobile phone contact rate is as high as 91%. By the age of 9 to 10, the usage behavior of children is almost the same as that of adults. People always say that mobile phones are contemporary spiritual opium. If a child is infected, it will hurt the body and heart, and even lose their life. Some children play mobile phones in class, confiscate them and jump off the building. In Jiang, Guangdong, a boy was playing with his mobile phone in class, but his teacher confiscated it after he fell. He rushed out of the classroom on the spot, climbed over the fence and tried to jump off the building, but fortunately he was stopped by the teacher and classmates in time. There are children who play games at home and self-mutilate when they are scolded. In Nangkong, Sichuan, a boy played games all day long, but was scolded by his father and confiscated. He put a fruit knife around his neck and threatened his father to return the phone, otherwise he would cut his throat and kill himself. Perhaps in the eyes of adults. What a terrible logic it is to self-mutilate or commit suicide if you are not allowed to play with your mobile phone. But children are different. They lack self-control and the ability to regulate emotions. Once they are hit by mobile phones, the consequences will be disastrous. Addicted to mobile phone. The child's body changes amazingly. Playing with mobile phones is not only a black hole that swallows time. It is even a health killer. Children who are addicted to mobile phones for a long time will have 4 amazing changes in their bodies. First, the cervical spine is deformed. Looking down and playing with a mobile phone is equivalent to sitting on a 6 or 7-year-old child on his neck. When the curvature of the cervical spine becomes straight and the damage is severe, neck pain, difficulty swallowing, and even coughing up blood will occur. Second, the brain shrinks. After mobile phone addiction, children receive less stimulation and their brains will shrink. In the end, the child's cognitive ability, imagination, thinking ability, etc. are all significantly behind ordinary children. Third, it is easy to get cancer. According to the latest report of the World Cancer Research Fund, children staring at electronic screens such as mobile phones for a long time are not only prone to myopia, but may even suffer from 12 common cancers such as liver cancer. Fourth, cerebral infarction. A 17-year-old boy fainted when he got out of bed after playing mobile games for 40 hours in a row. After being rushed to the hospital, the doctor diagnosed it as a cerebral infarction, which is what we often call a stroke. Playing with mobile phones is fun for a while, but no child can afford the heavy price behind it. Trash happy. Self-motivated to kill children. Reminds me of a relative's child. From elementary school to junior high school, his grades are very good, and his parents don't need to worry about his studies. But in his sophomore year of high school, he became obsessed with video games at the instigation of his classmates, and his academic performance has plummeted since then. Last year, he failed the college entrance examination and only scored more than 380 points. What is it that destroys the child? That is the garbage happiness that can give children short-term pleasure. Psychologist Adam Alter once said, "Entertainment products such as games, gossip, and live broadcasts are like drugs, which can make people addicted if they don't pay attention. Once a child tastes the sweetness of junk happiness, he will quickly become addicted and want more, so that he loses his goal and loses himself." The United States conducted a survey on 100 children and divided them into two groups. One group is 50 children who have no access to mobile phones, and the other group is 50 children who are obsessed with mobile phones. 10 years later, the results surprised everyone. Of the 50 children who are obsessed with mobile phones, only 2 are admitted to university. The other 50 children who did not have access to mobile phones were all admitted to universities, and 16 received full scholarships. It can be seen that the fastest way to abolish a child is to let him indulge in garbage happiness. Parental connivance is the problem. Technology is innocent. What really destroys children is not the mobile phone, but the indifferent parent-child relationship and wrong education methods. The investigation report on the current situation of family media literacy cognition in the new media era shows 7.2% of the parents use mobile phones to surf the internet for more than 6 hours a day, and 40.9% use the internet for 1 to 3 hours. Another survey result is also shocking. 17.8% of parents often check their mobile phones when they are with their children, and 51.8% of parents occasionally check their mobile phones. A boy once cried, "The mobile phone is the child of the parents." When you want to talk with me, you are playing with your mobile phone. When you want to go out with me, you are still playing with your mobile phone. Hearing these words, the children in the audience were also wiping tears, empathizing with each other. In many families, parents are addicted to mobile phones all day long, and children feel lonely with nothing to do. Accompanying but not accompanying, teaching but not raising, is the most irresponsible performance of parents. The neglect and indifference of parents who are addicted to mobile phones to their children will leave a permanent shadow in their hearts. Parents, don't let cell phones ruin your kids. Earlier, the General Office of the Ministry of Education issued the Bright Action Work Plan for Prevention and Control of Myopia in Children and Adolescents, 2021 to 2025. It is mentioned in the plan, effectively strengthen the management of mobile phones, ensure that mobile phones are limited to be brought into the campus, and are prohibited from being brought into the classroom. Mobile phones are not scourges. In the internet era, it is impossible to completely prohibit children from using mobile phones. What parents can do is to use love and companionship to lead their children to know the beauty and splendor of the real world. An education expert gave 4 suggestions. First, be a role model for your children. Parents are the most important role models for children. In front of your children, please put down your mobile phone as much as possible, read more books, study more, make 3 rules with your children, and limit the length of time you use your mobile phone. Second, spend more time with your children. High-quality companionship is not a castle in the sky. Parents just need to calm down and accompany their children to do something meaningful to help them gain more happiness and grow. Third, replace children's interest in mobile phones with reading. A good home education starts with reading. A mobile phone can only satisfy a momentary pleasure, but a good book is enough to affect a child's life. Parents should accompany their children to read more. Fourth, insist on taking your children to do sports outdoors. Children who love sports are not easy to addict. Parents should allow children enough time to develop their favorite sports. As long as they have specialties and hobbies, children will enter a quality life. Finally, I hope that all parents will read this nursery rhyme called I Ask You About My Mobile Phone. Mom and Dad, please put down your phone. How long have you not played games with me? Bask in the sun. Breath of fresh air. Now it has become a luxury and a memory. Song Dynasty Paragraph. This event is also recorded in the XingJu. It mainly talks about the Queen Mother Ding, the mother of the last emperor of the Western Han Dynasty, Emperor Ai, who was killed by Wang Mang after she was buried. It implies that Wang Mang's actions are unpopular. Tomb of Ding Zhiyi, Lost Texts. Audio. 00:0005:26. Original. Yi XingJu. In the second year of Jianping in the Han Dynasty, Empress Dowager Ding, the mother of Emperor Ai, died, and said, "It is appropriate to raise the mausoleum in the country of Emperor Gong and bury Ding Tao." Wang Mang was in charge of the government, demoted the title of Dingji, opened his coffin house, and the fire was 4 or 5 feet long. Gongqing sent more than 100,000 people from the 4 barbarians and their sons and daughters to use tools to help generals dig up the tomb of Empress Dowager Fu and Dingji's tomb, the queen mother of Gongping Gong, and thrown them around as a warning to the world. At that time, there were thousands of swallows, and they threw the soil into Ding Zhilong. Now his tomb is majestic, lined up for several weeks, with a heavy door open. Inside the south gate, there are 2 servants' cells, which are called the Tomb of Ding Zhiyi in the world, and also known as the Changtun Mausoleum. Shandong Tongzi Volume 36. Related stories. Click to read directly. Ghost Tabeo Sun de Niangzi Ancient Tomb of Taisuo Temple Song Family Burial Tomb of Li Po Cake Shop Xiao Hongzu Pingxi Yao XingJu. Vernacular version. Yi XingJu said. In the second year of Jianping in the Western Han Dynasty, 5 BC, Empress Dowager Ding, the mother of Emperor Ai, passed away. He said, "The mausoleum should be built in the kingdom of my father, Emperor Gong, and my mother should be buried in Ding Taofeng the country, today's Hez area in Shandong." Later, Wang Mang usurped power, demoted Empress Dowager Ding to Dingji, and sent someone to open the door of the outer coffin of Empress Ding's tomb. Suddenly, a flame 4 or 5 feet high burst out inside, and the officials poured water to put out the fire before they could enter the tomb. The fire burned all the funerary objects in the coffin. What's more, the bureaucrats of the Wang Mang dynasty sent their children and related subordinates to hundreds of thousands of people to participate in this grave leveling movement with tools. The graves of Empress Dowager Fu and Dingji, the mothers of King Gong, that is, the father of Emperor Ai, were destroyed, and thorns were spread around the tombs afterwards, giving the world a warning as a warning. But later, thousands of swallows often threw soil into Dingji's original grave with their mouths in their mouths. Up to now, the tomb of Empress Dowager Ding is still majestic and tall, surrounded by several walls, and 2 doors are opened on the front. There are 2 stone cells that fell to the ground in the inner corridor of the south gate. Later generations called this place Ding Zhiyi's tomb, also known as Changtun Mausoleum. These words are recorded in volume 36 of Shandong Tongzi. Xianghong comments, Emperor Ai of the Han Dynasty, 25 BC, 1 BC, Lu Xian, grandson of Emperor Han Yuan Lu Shi, nephew of Emperor Han Chen Lueo, son of King Ding Tao Gong Lu Kang, mother Ding Ji, the 13th emperor of the Western Han Dynasty, 7 BC. BC reigned in 1 year. Empress Dowager Ding, also known as Ding Ji, the wife of Lu Kang, the youngest of Emperor Cheng of the Han Dynasty, Ding Tao Gong Wan, the country of Emperor Gong, is designated Tao, which is now the territory of Hez, Shandong. Emperor Gong refers to Lu Kang, the father of Emperor Ai, King Ding Tao Gong, Wang Mang, 45 BC 23 AD, with the word Zhizhen, the founding emperor of the new dynasty, 9 to 23 AD, a political reformer, and the nephew of the Empress Wang Zhenjun of the Han Yuan Emperor. Coffin door. The ancient coffin has 2 layers. The large coffin set outside is called the coffin, and the coffin door is the door of the coffin, XingJu, a general name for thorny plants, kui, tomb, zaiyi, a kind of imperial concubine in ancient China. It was first placed in the period of Emperor Yuan of the Western Han Dynasty. At that time, it was the title second only to the queen. It was the same as the prime minister, and the prince was better than the princess. Official revision of chronicles. The Shandong Tongzi was first created in the Jing period of the Ming Dynasty, and it was rebuilt twice in the Qing Dynasty. The historical records of this event can also be found in the Hanju. As for the flames generated in the tomb, what is it? What? This is doubtful. The incident implies that Wang Mang's grave flat against Empress Dowager Fu and Empress Dowager Ding was unpopular. Original author of the vernacular text, Xianghong, the whole book of Yijian. Click to listen for description of text and pictures. The text and pictures of the original electronic version are from the internet. If there is any infringement, please contact to delete. Introduction to XingJu. XingJu, compiled by Han Lai, a great in the Song Dynasty, is the pinnacle of ancient Chinese ghost note novels. It is voluminous and all-encompassing, with 206 volumes containing more than 2,700 events of the Song Dynasty preserved so far. It is one of the greatest treasure houses of Chinese traditional culture. The concept of time and space in XingJu is deeply in line with Buddhism, and the place of practice is harmonious with Taoism, which is consistent with the historical status of Song Dynasty culture leading the world. On the surface, it is a complete collection of strange people, strange events, and gods and monsters. In essence, it is the most authentic and delicate record of social life in the Song Dynasty, which is of great documentary value. The social life in the Song Dynasty shaped the spiritual pattern of the Chinese people, and XingJu is like the sea of Chinese people's soul. People usually float in it without realizing it, but once they concentrate and meditate, they will find. There is nothing new in the world, everything is in XingJu. In order to effectively purify the network environment and severely crack internet rumors according to the law, the Internet Security Bureau of the Ministry of Public Security has deployed a 100-day special operation to crack down on internet rumors. There were more than 70,000 pieces of rumor information, and more than 2,000 online accounts for spreading rumors were shut down or banned, and netizens who spread rumors were investigated and punished according to law. The Ministry of Public Security announced today 10 typical cases of combating and rectifying internet rumors. The person in charge of the Internet Security Bureau of the Ministry of Public Security stated that internet rumors are seriously harmful, and the general public hates them. In order to attract fans, earn platform subsidies, increase advertising revenue, and bring goods for profit, some self-media practitioners frequently use hot social events to fabricate and spread internet rumors, disturbing the order of cyberspace and public order, and are suspected of violating the Public Security Management Punishment Law relevant regulations. For those who cause serious disorder in public order, they are suspected of committing crimes such as fabricating and disseminating false information, picking quarrels and provoking troubles. The Security Department of the Public Security Organ will continue to deepen the special campaign against internet rumors, crack down on a group of organizers, planners, and main implementers who maliciously fabricate and spread internet rumors, and crack down on a group of people who use hot events to spread rumors and illegally make profits. The Internet Troll Army Group has rectified a number of internet companies with prominent online rumors in accordance with the law, cleaned up and shut down a number of illegal online accounts, resolutely curbed the frequent occurrence of online rumors, and effectively created a clean and clear cyberspace to safeguard national political security and society. The overall situation is stable. Attachment: 10 typical cases of public security organs cracking down on internet rumors. Jiangxi public security organs investigated and dealt with CAOXX's frequent fabrication of internet rumors related to Jiangxi Huzinhu's disappearance. Since November 2022, in order to attract fans, CAOXX in Jiangxi has frequently posted rumors such as Huzinhu's body is fake, Huzinhu's family was captured by the public security organs on online platforms, with a total of 60,000 likes and more than 10,000 comments stripped. After the Jiangxi Joint Work Team reported the investigation, CAOMU still ignored the facts and continued to fabricate and spread related rumors. In order to gain attention, he took fans to start a live broadcast next to Zaiwan Middle School in Jianshan County, disrupting social and public order. The public security organ in Yushan, Jiangxi investigated according to law, and CAO Mumo confessed to the facts of the crime. At present, the public security organs in Yushan, Jiangxi have taken compulsory measures of criminal detention against CAO XX according to law, and taken measures to shut down his online account for spreading rumors. The Jiangxi Public Security Bureau investigated and dealt with Wen Mumo's frequent fabrication of internet rumors related to the Jiangxi XingJu disappearance incident. Since January 2023, in order to gain attention, Jiangxi Wen XX has posted a large number of 17 deaths in Xiwen Middle School in Jianshan County, chemistry bald teacher's bank card income of 2.6 million, Uncle XingJu and the bald teacher's recordings leaked out on the internet platform. Waiting for rumor information, a total of 40,000 likes and nearly 4,000 comments. The public security organ in XingJu, Jiangxi province issued a summons in accordance with the law, and Wen Mumo confessed to the illegal and criminal facts that his fabricated incident disturbed the order. At present, the public security organ in XingJu, Jiangxi province has taken compulsory measures of criminal detention against Wen XX and shut down his online account for spreading rumors. The People's Procuratorate of Yiyang County, XingJu, Jiangxi province has filed a public prosecution. Anhui Public Security Bureau investigated and dealt with case of Yu Mumu's fabrication of a fight at a barbecue stall resulted in 1 death and 1 injury in accordance with the law. In May 2023, in order to gain traffic, Yu Mumu of Anhui province had a dispute between adjacent tables at an open-air barbecue stall in the central square of Minguan City. Good luck, eating a barbecue can kill a rumor information, disrupting social and public order. The public security organ in Chuzhou, Anhui investigated according to law, and Yu Mumo confessed to the illegal act. At present, the public security organ in Chuzhou, Anhui province has punished Yu with administrative detention in accordance with the law, and has taken measures to shut down his online account for spreading rumors. Yunnan public security organs investigated and dealt with Li Mumu's fabrication of an online rumor that a girl in Yunnan Industrial and Commercial College was sexually assaulted by 3 black men. In April 2023, in order to gain attention, Li XX in Yunnan fabricated and published rumors on the internet platform that a girl from Yunnan Industrial and Commercial College was gang raped by 3 black men and thrown into the trash can, disrupting social and public order. The information was reposted many times, sparking heated discussions among the public and causing bad influence. At present, the Yunnan Public Security Bureau has punished Li with administrative detention according to the law, and has taken measures to shut down his online account for spreading rumors. Hunan public security organs investigated and dealt with case of Yang XX and XX who fabricated the internet rumors that multiple children were stolen and suspected of being trafficked organs. In May 2023, in order to gain attention, Yang XX and Zen XX in Hunan made up and posted on the internet platform that a certain town lost many children in a row, and another child was arrested by the public security organs just after being stunned by a stranger. Discovered and captured, this gang specializes in stealing children over the age of 7, probably for human organs, such as kidneys. Rumor information. The information was reposted in large numbers, triggering heated discussions among the local public and disrupting social and public order. The Hunan Public Security Organ investigated according to law, and Yang and Zen confessed to the illegal behavior. At present, the Hunan Public Security Bureau has imposed administrative penalties on Yang and Zen, and has taken measures to shut down their online accounts for spreading rumors. Shanghai Public Security Organs investigated and dealt with the case of Men, John, and others fabricating internet rumor of a kindergarten female teacher was arrested for prostitution. In May 2023, in order to gain attention, Shanghai Men, John, and others fabricated and released the rumor information on the internet platform that 3 female teachers in a kindergarten in Shanghai were arrested for prostitution. Relevant rumors and information were reposted and spread in large numbers, disrupting social and public order. The Shanghai Public Security Organ investigated according to law, and Men, John, and others confessed to the illegal and criminal facts. At present, the Shanghai Public Security Bureau has taken criminal coercive measures against Meng Mao, Zhang Mumuo, and others, and has taken measures to shut down their rumor-making online accounts. Hizhu Public Security Organs investigated and dealt with the case of Song XX fabricating the 14-year-old girl was forced to marry internet rumors. In May 2023, in order to gain attention, Song XX of Hizhu released a video of the wedding scene on the online platform and fabricated the rumor that the incident happened in Xingju district, Baija, Hizhu, and the parents married a 14-year-old girl when replying to netizens' comments. Subsequently, relevant rumors and information were reposted and spread in large numbers, disrupting social and public order. The public security organ in Baija, XingJu investigated according to law, and XingJu confessed to the illegal act. At present, the XingJu Public Security Bureau has taken criminal measures against XingJu and shut down his rumor-making online account. Yunnan public security organs investigated and dealt with the alleged fabrication of the internet rumor that the villagers in this village reported that they went to work in northern Myanmar and their waists were cut. In March 2023, in order to gain traffic attention, XingJu in Yunnan fabricated and published rumors on the internet platform that the villagers of my village reported that they had their waists cut when they went to work in northern Myanmar, disrupting social and public order. Relevant rumors and information were forwarded in large numbers, causing bad influence. The Yunnan Public Security Organ investigated according to law, and XingJu confessed to the illegal act.
那就没事了，我看到你回了就好。压力是要有，但别压垮了 ，OK？ 加油加油，拜拜。
And has taken measures to shut down his online account for spreading rumors. Shaanxi public security organs investigated and dealt with the case of extortion by Mr. Li fabricating internet rumors according to law. In April 2023, Li in Shaanxi made more than 6,000 yuan in profit by extorting manager Wan from a commercial place in Xi'an by fabricating rumors. According to the lawful investigation by the Shaanxi Public Security Bureau, Li has repeatedly carried out extortion by fabricating internet rumors, and made a total profit of more than 45,000 yuan. The Shaanxi Public Security Organ investigated according to law, and Li confessed to the illegal and criminal facts. At present, the Shaanxi Public Security Bureau has taken compulsory measures of criminal detention against Li and shut down his rumor-making online account according to the law. And we public security organs investigated and dealt with the case of XingJu of fabricating the internet rumor that the body of the lost grandson in Menchen was cut open. In April 2023, XingJu from Huainan, and we made up and posted rumors in the news comment section of the corpses of his lost grandson were found in Menchen, and we that both were cut open and their organs were gone, deliberately causing social panic, disrupting public order. The we public security organ investigated according to law, and XingJu confessed to the illegal act. At present, the we public security bureau has imposed administrative penalties on XingJu according to the law, and has taken measures to shut down his rumor-making online accounts.